Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to chapter 10. It is all about sex. Not encouraging it, it's just what happens sometimes. And we're also going to talk about the consequences of sex. This is not health, so we won't be talking about STDs unless we're in class and you're really curious. This is more about what happens when we have sex, when sperm and egg meet, what they contain that make us who we are. So it's learning about how sperm and egg are formed, as well as how what those sperm and egg contain DNA that make us who we are. So let's first things first. This is slide 1, and so go ahead and write slide 1 in your notebook, and you're supposed to look at picture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You want to look at those pictures, interpret them, figure out what they're about. This is a mitochondria. We got a male, an overweight man. We have DNA. We have a female who is either at weight or underweight. We have a sperm and an egg. And then we have a girl who's talking about her personality. The mom is asking, why are you so obnoxious? And the girl is saying, well, it's heredity. So I inherited my personality from mama. Okay, so this is about physical trait, and then we have a personality trait. It says, write 2 sentences finding a connection or a similarity or something in common between 2 images in the slide. So you have to pick 2 images and try to figure out what brings them together. Why are they even on the page together? There are factors that bring them together. We want to try to talk about that though. What are 2 pictures that have a connection or have things in common? So kind of a comparison. Right here at the bottom you have the blank images are connected because blank. So you pick 2 images and you write it in the first blank and you say they're connected because, and then go on into describe in detail, and we want 2 sentences total. So you need to start the sentence and then build on that with a second sentence. Or you could repeat this same sentence twice, but you need to explain how at least 2 images have or share common things, how they have a connection together. The more you talk about inheritance and heredity and topics of this chapter, the better. Try your best and good luck. We're moving on to slide 2. Slide 2 is we're copying down our scientific problems for the chapter. Problems 1 through 4. Problem number 1 says, why do we look and act the way we do? Problem 2 is, how are babies born unique? You can see from this picture alone, we have lots of babies, each unique. Problem number 3 says, how do scientists study disease and genetic disorders? So what strategies do they use when learning about disease, inherited diseases, or diseases or disorders that have a genetic basis? So the DNA that we inherit when we were created from the sperm and egg. And then problem number 4 is, what can we do to help avoid genetic disorders, or what can we do to help people that have them? These 4 problems we'll spend the entire chapter trying to learn more about, discover, and it'll guide us through the chapter, just like always. In your notebook, make sure to have all 4 problems, and make sure to add some color to it, a colorful border to draw attention to them. Slide 3, it has the definition for traits, so we need to copy that down in our notebook. It's an important definition. And then we need to complete the tasks on the page. It says number 1, which successful trait did you inherit? So you look at the 1 through 8 traits here, and you have to decide which one of these personality traits did I inherit that makes me successful. So you just choose one. Remember, passion means you care a lot about something with enthusiasm and emotion. Work is a hard worker. Focus means you have good focus on tasks. Push means you're good at encouraging others. You're good at leading others. Ideas speaks about your creativity and problem solving. Improving means you're always seeking to push yourself to do better at things. Serve means you're really good at helping others and taking responsibility in jobs and performing your job really well. Persist means that even when something's hard, you keep going and you're able to keep motivated and keep pushing and encouraging yourself. So pick one of these 8 that you feel like you have that helps you in life. And then number 2 is, which successful trait are you missing? Now, everybody has a little of all of these. So one way you could think about it is, which one do I have the least amount of that I think would help me? And then you write a sentence about how this would affect your survival. So if you had more of one of these, how would it affect your survival? Let's move on. Slide 4. It says, interpret model below. That's this picture. This picture is a scientific model. This model is helping us understand the relationship between chromosomes, genes, and traits. It says interpret model below. That means look at the picture and try to make sense of what it's trying to tell us. And then write a definition that we think works well for gene. So this is where some creativity comes into play, and you define what gene means or what you believe it means. So we have chromosomes, and chromosomes are made up of, you can see the little double helix. So this is the gene. So there's a section of a chromosome made of DNA, and that little section of DNA is called a gene. And this is a gene for eye color. And you can see that the gene helps produce the trait, or what we observe. So in your own words, describe what a gene is, does, for us, in your own words. And base it on this model, which is chromosome to gene to trait. So use this as your example, or you can do hair color. Good luck. We have slide 5 here. And slide 5, of course, you need to put slide 5 in your notebook. We have an important definition. That's gametes, if I'm pronouncing it right. And gametes are the sex cells. Now, for humans, that's your typical sperm and egg. And once you reach a certain sexual maturity, you can produce them. However, you might be surprised that females have actually all their eggs. While males produce sperm throughout their lives, females are born with all the eggs they'll ever need. They just release them at the right time each month when they're of reproductive maturity. Let's copy down this definition in your notebook and then follow the task as we see it. It says, number 1 in your notebook, draw the table. So draw this table, 4 boxes just like you see it. Make it big enough because you're going to be putting things on the outside of it and on the inside. Then it says, number 2, draw the female gamete in place 1 and 2. So the female gamete is eggs. So it says 1 and 2, place eggs where a location here and here. So draw an egg here and draw an egg here. Next it says draw the male gamete in place 2 and 3. So I said you write it down in place 1 and 2. I was incorrect. So for number 3, it says draw the male gamete. Now that's sperm. And you'll put that in place 3 and 4. So in this box, place in 4, you'll put sperm and draw another sperm in this box. So draw an egg here, draw an egg here. Draw sperm here, draw sperm there. Number 5. Wait, no, it says number 4. It says pick a human trait to be inherited from egg and sperm, place here. So what's the trait that you want to pretend is in the sperm and eggs? So one trait, physical or personality trait, you would write in the blank here, and we'll pretend that the sperm and eggs are going to carry them for the fertilization. Number 5, it says fill in each square with an egg and with a sperm, place in 6 through 9. So place 6, 7, 8, and 9. All you have to do is inside each square where it says 6, 7, 8, and 9, you draw a egg with a sperm. So draw them fertilizing each other. So the sperm and egg get together inside the boxes, okay? And then you're done. There's a YouTube video link here. And if you want to watch it, just remind me, and I'll get you there, okay? Because I know right now in the videos you can't click on it. Let's move forward. Slide 6. All right, slide 6 here. We have parents equals P generation. We want to write that down as a notes. We have children equals the F1 generation. P is for parents. That's easy. Children are called F generation. I know that's a little confusing. F stands for a word called filial. Filial refers to children or offspring. So when we talk about parents, we talk about the P generation. The kids that they have, we call the F1 generation. And then if the children have kids, we call that the F2 generation. We'll use these, so we want to know the P generation, the F generation, and the F2 generation. We want to know these because later we'll do complicated inheritance questions. And if we know these words and we know what they mean, we can solve those complex inheritance questions about generations, ancestors. All right, the task here, it says identify each image as P generation, F1 generation, or F2 generation. I'll do the plants with you, and then on your own, do these people here. So the oldest plant is A, so that must be the P generation, because that must be the parent generation. And then the second oldest is this plant. We'll call it the F1, so A equals P generation, D equals F1 generation, and then we have a seed. That is the youngest. The seed is the youngest generation, so we'll call it the F2 generation. On your own, look at individual B, C, and F, and label B, C, and F as P, F1, or F2 generation. All right, I'll end it there and start on slide 7 for our next video notes. Good luck and have a great day, folks.